Insolvency practitioners, IPs, often get a bad rep. They are sometimes referred to as the grim reapers of the business world because of the misguided perception that we turn up, kill everything off, and then leave again. To some distant extent, that's true, but I prefer to think of IPs as cleaners. We help to wind businesses down in a controlled manner and tidy up the unavoidable fallout. Directors of struggling UK companies have often battled with solvency for some time before approaching an IP. The position rarely turns dire overnight. Sometimes the demise occurs over weeks or months, and in some cases may even trickle down over many years. IPs are able to take a sympathetic but detached, objective view of the company's overall position, advise the directors on the ramifications of each available option, and determine the best procedure to suit the company's specific circumstances. This could mean continuing to trade the business by raising funds, negotiating with creditors to reach an informal agreement, or turning things around by putting their limited company into a company voluntary arrangement, CVA. A CVA allows the directors to stay in control and gives the business up to 5 years to pay back what it can afford, often writing off some of the debt. For some, it might be possible to grab a lifeline, wash the business through an insolvency procedure, and start the same or similar business again via a Prepack administration or liquidation, a Phoenix. This enables the directors to set up a new entity, buy the assets from the company via the IP, and start afresh. Professional advice from an IP is essential due to many practical and legal hurdles to overcome with a Phoenix, ones that can easily trip a business person who hasn't been through such a process before. The key for directors is to take advice early, before options become limited. IPs can help guide owners and directors through an often daunting minefield, whilst taking a large amount of creditor pressure off a director's shoulders. This is because once instructed, the IP firm will become the creditor's point of contact. Only an appointment-taking licensed insolvency practitioner can become office holder when it comes to a formal insolvency procedure. Many directors understandably find themselves conflicted between calling it a day or battling to keep trading to avoid personal guarantees being called in. What's the best for creditors as a whole and to keep the staff employed? If a formal insolvency procedure is used, the IP firm will liaise with the employees regarding any monies owed, which can usually be claimed, often in full, from the government scheme known as the Redundancy Payments Office. That's a huge relief for directors. Qualified local agents can also be recommended to deal with the business assets, resolving another headache for fraught directors. A local IP should offer a free initial meeting, whether that's in person at a venue to suit the client or on a digital platform. Whilst face-to-face meetings tend to be a thing of the past, a physical meeting can be much more personable. If the IP hasn't been personally recommended and is someone whose details the directors have found online, directors should ensure the IP is licensed. The IP's website should disclose details of their governing body, and the directors can verify that by checking on the government website. Depending on what route is taken, directors might be working with the IP and their team for several years. Directors lose their powers and control in a liquidation and administration as the IP takes over. The IP's key duties consist of collecting in the company's assets, carrying out their statutory investigation into the director's conduct and taking action against the directors if they've committed misconduct, and paying any available dividend to creditors in a specific order of priority. In a CVA, the directors retain their control and the IP becomes the supervisor, ensuring the company sticks to the terms of the CVA in order to complete successfully. Directors will therefore want to be able to make a decision on whether they think an IP is the right fit for them. I recommend getting a second opinion if the IP hasn't been personally recommended. There are currently around 1,600 licensed IPs in the UK to choose from. Whatever the circumstances, speaking to an IP should help clarify the options available and the best route to take. Making a decision on the way forward should help draw a line in the sand and take the weight off the shoulders of struggling business owners.